Vacuum automation, end-of-arm tooling. How does this play into the modern manufacturing and robotics world? Well, to hear about that, we're going to have Jenny from Schmalz tell us about that today. So what's going on behind you with the robot that's currently right behind you on the camera?
Sure. So we have an end-of-arm tool. It's a vacuum area gripper. So it's to palletize or depalletize boxes in a real-world manufacturing or warehouse environment.
So maybe walk us through that real-world environment, right? Tell us what the day in the life looks like when you have this tool available.
Absolutely. So basically what Schmalz is we are an innovative company. So we take an application, a customer comes to us, say, hey, I want a box, I want to palletize or depalletize this box. We say, okay, great. We walk through the entire application with them as far as getting our team together, talking about all the challenges that the customer is currently experiencing, the end solution of, okay, I have 14,000 different types of boxes, and I need one tool to be able to move every single one of them. So we walk through that whole process with them, and we design a custom end-of-arm tool for them to be able to integrate into the process.
And I think this is a big thing we're seeing in manufacturing right now. It's no longer just manufacturers with one robot doing one SKU as a pack-off. There's so many different varieties and variations in the industry, and that kind of speaks on just where the industry is going. We're moving into a flexible industry that a lot of customers are demanding. Exactly. What are some things that you've seen come to light where maybe it's a different industry segment or it's a problem that wasn't around really 3 years ago that you guys now really, when it comes to engineering custom end-of-arm tooling, have really shine a light on?
Sure. I mean, one example would be electric vehicles and the battery manufacturing process. And, we have a move in the automotive world. I am in Detroit, so automotive is kind of my bread and butter every single day, it seems like. But the one thing that I see a little bit more of is taking a new type of industry, like, granted, battery's been around for forever, but it's automating that process and taking the battery manufacturing and then assembling a module and then a pack, and in these large environments of like Tesla or all these other, there are all these new companies that are coming. So it's such an emerging industry probably one of the fastest growing industries that I've seen lately, and it's that's kind of probably the one thing it's trying to shuck and jive and weave and learn so quickly in how to automate that process. So it's been a challenge, but it's actually been a fun challenge.
So one last question, and this ties into the fact that we're at KUKA Connections right now, partner event. Before the interview, you were talking about how, this is not like an out-of-the-box solution, right? You literally have to talk with the integrators, the partners, to bring this alive. So define what makes a successful partnership when you're going through this process.
That's a really great question. So we work with integrators, we work with end users, we work with anybody that is trying to move something, material handling. So the best partnership is a customer that is willing to have a complete conversation and be able to go back and forth, and to be able to, it's getting our team together and their team together and having that collaboration between the two companies to be able to make something successful, because that's our goal. Is we are not trying to necessarily sell an end-of-arm tool. We're selling a solution. We want it to be successful in the end, and to be able to have that partnership back and forth is very, very critical.
So final question. How do you get that customer to open up, right? I feel like that's the challenge we all face, right?
Sure.
To have that complete conversation, as you so well articulated.
Yeah. It can be a challenge because depending on who you're working with, if it's an integrator, sometimes they don't have all of the information. It's the end user where sometimes they like to, depending on the application, they can't really share everything. So it's trying to, get everybody on the same page. And our goal is to have them be successful. And the best way is to have a very open communication to be able to make sure that we're designing something for them or working with them to be able to build their own tool. And, really in the end, we just want them and the process to be successful.
Awesome. Jenny, thanks so much for your time and insights.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And we'll be back to you more with some more information.